Hi, everybody. Welcome to your lesson for Monday, May 17th and Tuesday, May 18th, really until May 29th. Okay, so for the next 2 weeks, you are assigned a project that we will be kind of working through. We wanted to give you a lot of time to get it done because we know this remote learning thing is different for everybody. This typically, it may take you an hour, so you probably aren't going to need this much time, but we kind of wanted to give you some wiggle room to get some other things completed that you need to do for other classes as well, or late work too. So this is what we're going to introduce, these two class periods, and you are going to have until May 29th to get this turned in. May 29th is not this Friday, but next Friday. So this is what we'll be working on for the next 2 weeks. What you will find out once we get to June is we're really just going to be doing some review work. So we're not going to assign anything new. So this will be your last new assignment for social studies this year. Now, that doesn't mean that you still won't have some things to complete in June, but I'll give you more details about that once we're done with this project. So let me explain. You are still welcome to log into my Google Meets to ask questions, but if you understand all of this and want to work on it and get it turned in by May 29th, you are good to go for me, okay? But again, you are welcome to log into the Google Meets and ask questions if need be. All right, so here's what we're working on. It's called the Decades Project, and we scaled it back a little bit. So let me show you. There are some directions that are listed here, and then there is a slide show that you are going to be editing. And I kind of gave you a template to use, and you are welcome to stick with that template. But if you'd like to change things up a little bit more and put your own personal touch on it, you may do that as well. So what you are doing is you are going to choose one decade that is listed here to focus your project on. So you're either going to choose the 80s, 90s, 2000s, or 2010s, okay? So you're choosing one of those, okay? Some other classes are doing this differently, but I'm asking you just to do one. Next, you are going to choose 3 events from your decades box to cover. Okay, so for instance, say you choose the 2010s, you are going to choose 3 of these bullet points to focus on, and you are going to answer the questions under part 1 for those 3 events you choose. So if you choose the first 3 that are listed there, global population reaches 7 billion, North Korea launches a nuclear test, and the Arab Spring revolutions begin. You are going to give the date of each of those events. What is the event about? Why do you think this event changed the world? And why is it important for you to know about it? Now, I highly, highly recommend, and hopefully you know me well enough by now, choose a decade that you're interested in. Choose 3 events that interest you, okay? Don't choose something that you're like, I don't know what that means. I am not, and then you look it up and you realize you're really not interested in it. Okay, so please make sure you choose something that you at least piques your interest. Okay, once you have chosen your decade and you have chosen those 3 events to focus on, then you are going to move, that's part 1, then you're going to move to part 2. You do need to create a slide for your decade about all of the following. So on the slide, you're going to include what fashion was like, what music was like, movies and TV shows. You are welcome to explain what those things were like, show some picture examples, give some examples of song titles. The world is your oyster. You are welcome to get as creative as you like, okay? And then for part 3, you're going to see on the sample slide that I show you that you are going to be comparing the prices for the following products for all of these years, 1980, 85, 90, and so on, okay, up until today, 2020. So how much a home cost, the income, the average income, how much gas was, a new car, a US postage stamp, and a cost of a computer. And you're going to be quite shocked when you see some of that stuff. Okay, now, like I said before on the Google slideshow that I shared with all of you, you are welcome to manipulate it however you want. When you open it up, make sure you put your decade and your name, okay? And then you're going to see the slides broken up into the 3 parts I just described. So you're going to see the decade that you chose goes here, and then the description of the 3 events that, remember, you chose that piqued your interest. okay? Give the information for each of those events. You are welcome to add pictures. You don't necessarily have to, okay? But if that's something that you'd like to do, I have no problem with that. The next slide I broke up into the different boxes for the music, fashion, TV shows, and movies, okay? If you wanted to create more slides for these things, you are welcome to. But I kind of situated it like this, and you could put some bullet points in each of these boxes for the music, fashion, shows, and movies, and add a few pictures if you'd like. If you are somebody who likes bigger font and more pictures, then go ahead and add a few more slides in there. All right. And then last but not least, you've got part 3. Now, I already created the chart for you, okay? So I don't know that you need to fix this in any way other than plugging in the numbers, okay? So it's going to take a quick Google search to search all of those average cost of home, income, gasoline for each of the years. And then you're going to plug in, however much it cost, okay, in each of the boxes. All right. So all you're doing is a little research and adding how much those things cost during that time period. Okay. And you'll be able to compare all of that. Those are the 3 parts of the project. Again, you're getting 2 weeks to do this. So, I wouldn't necessarily procrastinate until the night before, but you do have some wiggle room into which you're getting this, completed and turned in. If you want to turn it in sooner and be done with it, that's totally fine. If you have some other things you have to get finished and you turn it in a little bit later, as long as it's in by May 29th, that is perfectly acceptable. All right. Now, again, for each of the class periods, so Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and the next week, this is what we're going to be doing. So you don't necessarily have to log on to the Google Meets. It is okay that you are just working on this and getting this turned in. But if you need to log in, if you have questions, or if you just need to throw me an email about a question, that is absolutely fine. I will always be on. So if you need something, let me know. Okay? I hope this seems pretty easy. Again, if you have any questions, please let me know. I hope this is going well for you. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. We're almost finished. All right. Take care, everybody.